About all of the mistakes that we had made, and so I'm gonna grab the camera and show you guys. Let us know in the comments what you think.
So I don't think that it'll look right because it'll be like unsymmetrical.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Hey friends, with all of this talk about fake meats hitting the shelves, it's really hard to trust your grocer. And that's where Good Chop comes in. Imagine this, doorstep delivery of top quality beef, seafood, chicken, pork, and you get to pick what you love. From juicy ribeyes to mouth-watering T-bones, or maybe you're even into wild-caught salmon, or even free-range organic chicken. Good Chop's got you covered. And guess what? It is from all American farms, which means you're supporting local farmers and local fishermen all across the US. Last night, Cody made surf and turf, and it was so good. Everything was tender, juicy, and oh so flavorful. At Good Chop, it is all about the good stuff. No antibiotics, no hormones, just pure delicious goodness. And here's the kicker, love Good Chop or get your money back. Go to goodchop.com/YouTube and use the code on the screen to get $120 off your first 4 boxes today. Good Chop brings the best cuts to your table. Everything that you need to know will be linked right in the description, and thank you Good Chop so much for sponsoring this video. coffee, please? What up? I feel like it has been just a bit. There was Thanksgiving and we went to Texas to visit my family.
Yeah, it's pretty much just been a crazy 2 months from the wedding and then honeymoon and then having to go out of town for Thanksgiving and all that crap, so.
I'm hoping from here on out, since there's no more travel plans in the works, I think we should be smooth sailing on just knocking things out every single day. When you're waiting for something to happen, you're kind of like in limbo. You don't want to start anything big. So since we have no more trips, it's time to get to work. As you saw a couple clips ago, we finished a majority of the floor minus up here behind the fireplace and then working its way into the kitchen and pantry.
Yeah, so we probably have like 3 feet left until we get to that back wall.
But we were kind of playing with the idea of, do we just want to finish as much of the wood as we can and then start on the fireplace, or do we want to do it vice versa? And I think we decided we just want to go ahead and knock out the brick underneath the fireplace and then finish the floor around and just get the entire front room floors done.
So we do intend on doing brick from the floor pretty much all the way up to the bottom of the TV, and then we'll have a wood mantle between the brick and the TV. But we still have to add a hot water coil for the stove inside this wall right here. So we're only gonna be finishing the floor, and then once we do that hot water coil, we'll start working on the wall brick.
And just so you know, when we do the hot water coil, it'll be whenever we start tackling the bathroom. So hopefully in a project within like the next month or two.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because we have to run a water line from the stove inside the wall to basically where the water heater goes. We're gonna need to pull the water heater away from the wall and pull that piece of drywall down in there to be able to access everything. So that's kind of why we have to wait till we finish up the bathroom before we can finish this hot water coil.
We had a ton of comments on our last video about all of the mistakes that we had made, and so I just wanted to touch on a couple of them. Number one, the main comment that we got is that our flooring, we did not put a whisper pad, we didn't put any underlayment on, and I thought I had a clip in the video and maybe I didn't, but the flooring that we picked has underlayment. I'm trying to see if I can see. Okay, has underlayment attached to it.
Granted, we probably could have done a
At least
second
a small
one.
pad, yeah.
We could have probably done a second one and put, an underlayment down by itself and then done this on top of it just to have a little bit of extra cushion. But it's got good underlayment on it, so it's not really a necessity.
Yeah, and so to save money, because that's all what we're about over here is budgeting, we decided not to put a whisper pad down since it already came attached. And even on the box, it says underlayment attached. So if you kind of have the option if you want to put something else down or not. So that was one of the main ones. The second one is we did not add, what is it called, baby? Whenever it's pressed up against the wall?
I don't know how many comments we got about it, but I know I saw one comment about somebody had said that you guys made the same mistake that I did. The tongue portion is supposed to go towards or facing the wall that you start on, and the groove should be on the opposite end. And that's actually what we did. So you have the little bit of a tongue right there on this side. Let me scoot up. This is the tongue, this is the groove. So for the wall side, we trim this tongue off all the way and then put it up against the wall. That way, without the tongue there, as the floor expands and contracts, we don't have to worry about that tongue touching the 2x4s or the drywall that are, in front of it or part of the wall itself. So we trim that off, we put it up towards the wall.
I can't see you.
We trim that off, we put it up towards the wall, and then worked our way this way towards the fireplace. So yeah, we actually did do it the way that you thought, or I don't know how to say that.
Anyways, okay, I just hope that clears that up. And then the third comment that we got a ton was that we had our flooring underneath our cabinets versus doing it.
Versus going around the cabinets.
The main reason that we did that is we're not even sure what cabinets we want in this house. We bought these cabinets on Marketplace. I absolutely love them, but they do have their quirks and they're not really made for our house. And so I think we're going to end up custom building some cabinets or just going with different cabinets in general. And
yeah,
so,
with our house being kind of weird dimensions compared to most houses, the cabinets just don't fit that great. So I think we would be a lot better off in the long run if we did custom built cabinets that we make ourselves rather than trying to retrofit cabinets to fit our odd shaped space.
And so I'm just going to go ahead and sum all of that up to impatience. We really, really wanted our floors done, and we're not really ready to work on our cabinets just yet. Floors mostly because it's winter, so it does help a little bit in the winter retain some of that heat. And I wanted my dogs to have somewhere nice to be able to run around and lay instead of the crappy hardwood floor, and we were constantly stubbing our toes. It was just a lot. And so we wanted to do the floors. That's just based on a level of importance to us. I understand everybody's concerns on buckling and lifting and all of those types of things, which we will definitely watch out for. And
yeah, and if something happens, obviously we can fix it from there. We have plenty of flooring left over that, if anything ever gets broken or scratched or whatever, we'll have enough to be able to replace it.
And that's a big reason why we chose to do the floors that we did, because you can easily replace them. And so we'll definitely look out for it. You guys are right. Technically, you are not supposed to put cabinets on a floating floor or anything heavy. That's just not how we did it. So
yeah, I don't always do what I'm supposed to, so.
The next big project, like we said, is going to be doing the brick around the fireplace so we can finish up the rest of the wood, and we have a few decisions to make. So let's talk about it. The first thing to note is that we are actually not going to be using these bricks. After we got these bricks home and started laying them out, one thing that we really did not like was the ridges on the side. And so we decided to go with a different style brick. And that is going to be these guys, which I'm a lot happier with because I like the color. Cody really liked the reds and the undertones, but I really wanted something a little bit more neutral, either white or gray, and so I'm really happy with these. What do you think about the color? Is it okay for you?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
We picked these up at Menards yesterday, right after we had gotten back in town, and so we're going to be laying these, but we need to work on a design, and we have a few different options. So, since I already have these ones out, these red ones, I'm going to just show you the design on those, but it'll be this color. This is the general design that we want to go with. We just don't know if we want a border or not. So I'm going to show you in just a second, and I want you to leave your opinions in the comments, border or no border. And it's important to note that if we do the border on the floor, we're also going to do the border on the wall. I just can't really show you that. So when you're looking at the wall, it's not going to stay like that. It'll also have the border, or the design will stay continuous. But I'm going to grab the camera and show you guys. Let us know in the comments what you think. So this is with the border. And here's the second design.
We thought about bricking all the way to this corner since this is pretty much going to be firewood storage, but we don't want to go all the way to the sliding door over there, so I don't think that it'll look right because it'll be like unsymmetrical. So I think we're just going to do it centered to the fireplace and just have like a centerpiece basically, but we're still curious about your guys' thoughts, so drop your thoughts in the comments. So hopefully that answers most of everybody's questions. If there's a question that we missed, you can still ask it in the comments.
But yeah, I'm gonna go stare at this brick design for about 2 more hours before I finally decide what we want to finalize on. I'm gonna be reading all of y'all's comments, and then hopefully we'll be starting on this project a little later on tonight. All right, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's
Well,
drive
Mama.
to the open air.
Oh, it's because they're lit, so
Yeah, the
it's fine.
countryside is so pretty. With the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I want